it was the first of those cool nights that's coming up, and it wasn't even the coldest. It was cooler than it's been. I didn't use the electric blanket last night. I just used the blanket that I had, and it wasn't too bad. It was a little chilly by morning, and I can definitely tell if it gets when it gets colder than what it was tonight. I'm definitely going to start using the electric blanket from now on, because it's going to be even cooler tomorrow morning. And tonight was just barely cool enough for me to use one blanket, but any cooler, I'm going to have to go ahead into that electric blanket. So yeah, I'm going to have to use that tomorrow. This cool weather is just throwing me off, because it's going to be June in a few weeks, or in a week actually. Today's the 19th, I believe it is. June is coming up, and the long range forecast, or at least the next 10 days, it looks like, I guess it is spring, and this is Virginia. So I guess it's not too out of the ordinary to have these cool temperatures like this in this area of the country. But for me, it sucks. So, but it's not too bad. I mean, I can deal with it. It's nothing I can't deal with, but it's just something that's a pain in the ass, that's all. Yeah, well, and it makes me have these thoughts of like, I hope I didn't come all the way up here to DC to live in the park in the cold. I hope that's not why I was pulled up, uprooted, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining about being uprooted, but nonetheless, uprooted and come way up here just to live in the park. I didn't think I would come up here for that, but it's not my plan. You know, it's not my. Again, that's one of those things I have to leave. I have to leave it to the higher part of myself to get me through that understanding. But in the morning, when my vibration is lower and the thought process is a little heavier, those kind of thoughts come into my mind. But I know those thoughts are just temporary, but they're there when I wake up in the morning. Now, I'm starting to feel like, too, one of the other reasons probably why I'm here in DC or in this area is because people can look the other way in this city, I've noticed. I made a video and I called it invisible to myself. I was invisible to myself, and in that video I mentioned, towards the end of the video, I made a suggestion that people should just learn to look the other way sometimes, and not always be so critical on others and impeding other people's survival. Just look the other way sometimes, because people have to survive, and sometimes it may not look or sound the way you want it to look or sound, but you know, it's the way that the only way they know to survive. And if it's not interfering with your personal space and personal life, just look the other way. Don't impede people's life so much. So I didn't go into that deep, but that was the basic message that I was trying to convey at the end of that video. You know, one thing I can say is that I can probably learn to heal better in this space. So I'm thinking maybe I can see that I can be uprooted and sent here in this part of the country to start healing, because like I said, I suffer big time from PTSD, whatever it is. And where I came from, it would be very hard for me to heal, because they wouldn't leave me alone there. I mean, I've been there for so long, and even though my energy's changed, these people, they still know who I am and what I'm about as far as spiritually speaking. And I don't think I could heal really quickly where I was at. they just wouldn't leave me alone. But I think here, I can actually start probably trying to heal myself. And by healing, then I can move forward to do whatever else the higher powers have me to do. I can't do too much being busted up like this. You know, being busted up and battered, I can only do so much. So I have to heal from this spiritual and mental scar. And I think I can do that here. These people, they leave me alone for the most part. I'm not free. I'm not even close to it. But I can handle it because, you know, it's nothing that I haven't dealt with. But for the most part, about 90% of the people look the other way. And that's what I've been asking for, is just look the other way and let me survive. And this goes for anybody that's trying to survive. Just let people survive. It's hard for everybody. And if you can't comprehend what they're doing as they're surviving, if it doesn't look, sound, just look the other way. I'm getting ready to go to the Whole Foods. And yesterday I went and picked up my rice cooker. Since I found this outlet now, I'm gonna go and start cooking again. Or I'm gonna start cooking some things. This morning I'm gonna try to cook me some spaghetti. I haven't had that in a while, and I always craving spaghetti. I never get tired of eating that. I'm gonna buy these meatballs, these plant-based meatballs, which aren't bad, but I doctor it up with stuff that I like and give it even more spice and taste to it. And it's not too bad. It's not as good as regular meatballs and spaghetti, but they'll do. They satisfy my spaghetti appetite. So I'm gonna get that today. And I'm glad to have that rice cooker, or I'm glad to have an outlet so I can use to cook this stuff now. So that's where I'm heading now, to the Whole Foods. Look at this. I just found 2 more outlets they're on. See the blue light? 2 more outlets that are live. Wow. I'm in the area where I am cooking now. I have this outlet. I got my water boiling over there. And I'm sitting up here thinking, you know, I have a tent. I haven't popped that tent yet. I can still do that. But the only thing about popping this tent, this is a big tent. This is a 9x9. It's not the average size. Like, they have tents that they give the homeless people, and there's real small tents for like one person. This is a big tent. And it takes, I tried to do it by myself. I tried to pop it by myself, but I couldn't. It takes 2 people to get this tent up. But nonetheless, I can manage to do it by myself, but it'll be difficult. But I would have to find a place where I can be situated. And I'm thinking, I don't know the city well enough. I don't know where to go. Because see, if I'm going to be there, I can't be taking the tent up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm not going to put it that way. It's too much. So it's got to be somewhere where I can sit the tent permanently. And I'm thinking, I don't know anywhere I can do that. So, but I'm going to eventually, I want to use that tent because it makes sense. I wouldn't have to worry about the weather, at least the rain, you know. But where can I put this tent? Where can I pop it? I've only seen one tent since I've been here. I've seen this one guy living outside in a tent on one of the side areas on a fairly busy street. But I don't see it that much. Like where I came from, there was tents all over the place, all over that city. But here, I haven't been around enough to really notice. And the sides of town that would probably have more tents, people sleeping outside, I don't know if I would want to be new in a city and go in that part of the city to live. So I don't know. These are just thoughts running through my mind while I'm waiting for this food to cook about this tent that I have. I can put it to use and get out of this weather at least. Just got finished eating my spaghetti and meatballs. They were satisfactory. Of course, it wasn't the way I would want to cook them, but it satisfied. This is the view of the little park, the little small park that I was telling you about that had the outlet for me to cook. Nice manicured park. The day kind of reminds me, like, if you live in Pensacola, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like when the fair comes to town. That's what it reminds me of today. Cool, breezy, sunny, warm in the sun, dry air. That's how it is in Pensacola around October when the fair comes to town. I don't know, it's around 3 o'clock or so. And I've been sitting here all morning today and dozing on and off ever since I ate breakfast, ate my spaghetti and meatballs. I came over here and I sat down and I haven't moved. It's been so comfortable, so relaxing. And the deeper part of me says, that's okay. But then my mind starts saying, you don't have a place to stay. You don't have any income. You got this Metro card that you need to be using to find out how to get around the city and other places to go pop your tent. You need to. My mind keeps telling me that, totally interrupting my peace. Isn't that the mind for you? Totally interrupting my peace. My inner self is telling me, because I don't have a clue of what's next. I literally don't know anything. It's almost like I feel cliche, newborn, rebirthed. Okay, I don't know nothing, and my inner self saying that's okay, and then the mind comes in, you know, and it starts to say stuff to you, and, you know, and it takes away the whole experience of nothingness, the whole experience of just chilling, just relaxing, not feeling any kind of stress at the moment. The mind comes in and just throws in a big bag of stuff on top of me, just to keep me, you know, from having that newborn feeling. It's real strange, you know. It's real strange. It's weird, and I'm explaining it as well as I can explain it. You know, I don't even think I'm explaining it to the fullest, the way I would like to, the way I'm really experiencing this. But these are the words that I know to just express this whole new feeling that I'm having, you know. Don't forget to go down in the description box and check out my 4 books. I'm an excellent writer, and I've written 4 entertaining books guaranteed you'll enjoy. It's a cool and cloudy day, and under normal circumstances, I'll be at home, in my bed, or on my couch, curled up with a good book. That's right, you know where I'm going with this. Check out my 4 books. Becoming Kylo, The Face of Me, 2 Sides, 1 Life, or Worlds and Dimensions. Go to Amazon.com and check out and curl up with one of my 4 books. This is DC's Amtrak station and Union Station. This place is the real deal. Atlanta's Amtrak station is the size of a small town bus station. This thing is like a real big time, looks like it's bigger than an airport. This is the train station, and these little red cars are taxis, I guess. They're all lined up. I think they're taxis. Look at this place. It reminds me of Chicago's Union Station. The high ceilings and the, you know, have that grand kind of a old look to it.
It's some more revenge that I get some hits.
Oh, so you can like get those to me.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
I guess this is the area where the Capitol is at, huh? This is the, what looks like the Capitol is here, and whatever is around the Capitol, I'm not really sure. Pentagon, I don't know what's around the Capitol. But I think that's clearly the Capitol right there. So that's where I'm at. Got a lot of little places to sit around here. I don't see anybody laying out though. A lot of benches. I don't see any outlets yet. I don't know what's around here. My whole thing is outlets. You know, I'm always looking for outlets more than anything. Lots of shade when it gets hot, I tell you. Wouldn't have a problem finding a bench in the shade around here. Well, I found an outlet over here, and it's right next to some benches. So I got a outlet and some benches, okay? And not far from here, there's a Whole Foods, which I'm getting ready to go try to locate right now. And it's across, there's this complex over here. You can see it behind me. And it has no businesses in here. It's kind of like, I don't want to say abandoned, but there's no shops in these lower levels here. And then there's these benches right here. And there's outlets. So I can plug in right here. I can use my electric blanket right here. And I can use the outlet to eat in the morning if there's a Whole Foods around the corner. There should be. The GPS said there's a Whole Foods around the corner. I'm getting ready to go check and see if that's down, if it's over there. And if it is, I'm gonna give this a shot tonight. But I don't know what it's like over here. This is more into the city. You know, I don't know what's going on. I just know that if it's more into most cities, if it's more into the city, there's more things going on. So I don't really know, but I'm gonna find out because I have an outlet, got a bench. There's some cover over there too. But that building has an entrance. So I don't know how secure is that cover right there with that building being occupied. And then there's a Whole Foods around the corner. So I have the things that I need, so I'm gonna go check it out and see what's going on. So I'm in another area of the city now. I think I saw a sign that said Georgetown. This may be Georgetown. I was in Georgetown in '88, but that was so long ago, I don't remember what it looked like. I think this may be it. It's H Street. So there's a Whole Foods right there. So that's where I'm heading, to that Whole Foods right there. Then I'm gonna see what's outside of this area here. It's early in the morning, about 7 o'clock, and it's chilly, quite chilly, almost cold. I slept last night over, I think it's, I would call it downtown DC, where the Smithsonian and the Congress building and all that stuff is. I slept on a bench out there last night. Not far from there was that Whole Foods that I went to, and I just went over there for the evening. And guess what? There was an outlet out there, and my electric blanket works perfect. and it kept me warm. I didn't have to worry about nothing until the breaker switch went out. In the middle of the night, around 1 o'clock, the breaker switch, I started feeling, I wasn't cold, but I wasn't feeling as warm as I had been feeling when I laid down. And something just told me to check the switch and see was it still on. And it was off. And I'm like, oh my, I hope it didn't break. So at first I thought the switch was broken. And then something just told me to go and look at the outlet. And the breaker switch had popped out and it wouldn't go back in. So from about 1 o'clock on until this morning, I had to do without my electric blanket. And it was hard as the hours went by. I didn't sleep well at all, and it was cold. That's all I can say. I got through it, and here I am now. But I won't go there again because the breaker switch didn't last. So I'm up this morning, ready to eat, and start my day. Yesterday, I found a really small, real tiny library not far from where I'm at right now. I need somewhere to be, somewhere to go on those rainy days. And libraries and malls were always my salvation for those days. I haven't really found a big mall yet. The one that I thought was around here, it's closed. So I gotta find a library or a mall. And there's a bigger one that I'm getting ready to go to now, a bigger library. I gotta get on the metro, get on the transit system and go find it. So that's where I'm heading right now.
Customer to exit. When boarding, please move to the center of the car.
I only have to go one.
This is a red line train, Glenmont. Next station stop is Terry Town.
I only have to go one stop.
Step back, doors closing.
These are some dark subway stations, aren't they? I just noticed this. Well, good goobly goo. I'm gonna walk around this area and see what's out here. This kind of looks like a park from a distance. It's not really a park, but it's got something going on over here in this space. I have to pick and choose where I'm going to walk, because with these bags, I get wore out real quick, so I can't just be walking the way I would like to. Well, I checked out the library and it is adequate for me. You know, it suits my taste for a place to be at out of the rain. But the area didn't look like there was anything around there other than the Whole Foods and the library, which is enough. I still don't have a covered area to go at nighttime for when the rains come. I have a tent. I'm gonna have to make use of it at some point. I just gotta find a place. So I gotta take the time to do that. I have to put the bag somewhere because these bags are very discouraging. I can't do too much with them. So I'm gonna have to put them somewhere if I'm gonna actually scour the city for a place to pop a tent, because I can't handle these bags. All right, wow, I don't know what to say. It's a weird day. Every day's weird, but it's always getting better. I'm sitting up here in the park and I'm just kind of reviewing the present moment. My life in the present moment. I'm just having a review in my head about it and watching and analyzing what has gone through my day today and my days since I've been here in DC, and when I arrived in Alexandria on the train trip from where I was to Alexandria. And you know, I think, I realized without a smidgen of a doubt how my presence as Kylo reaches so deep, so into the fabric of what's going on today, the times. And I have little understanding of the perception of me from all the masses that I come across on a regular basis. Like that whole Truman Show effect that I told you about, that I experience. Everybody's watching my life and me not knowing anything about it. Well, that's a fact. It's a fact. It's not a Truman Show. It's a reality. And I live it day in and day out. I experience these experiences of carbon copy behavior of people towards me on a regular basis. Carbon copy from where I was, from the train ride, to when I got there, to DC, all this, and granted, there are fewer people since I've migrated out of where I was before. But it's the same carbon copy of behavior from fewer people, but still that same behavior that I receive. And if it's not the behavior, there's this sense that I have that people are aware of my presence as far as my role in life, my spiritual role. Everyone seems to be aware of it that I come across. But I'm not even completely aware of it myself. That's a very odd feeling for people to have some understanding of something, or at least they think they have some understanding of something that's so embedded and personal about you that you don't even know about. And then they react to me with that knowledge that they have of me, of what they think they have. Because I have the feeling a lot of it's inaccurate. But nonetheless, they believe it and they respond to it. And I have to work around it. I have to incorporate it in my life, this blind spot. I have to actually handle and become equipped with dealing with something that's blind, something I don't even understand and see. It's tough and it's weird.